Pressure is mounting on Adams Oshiomhole and Obaseki to end their rift. This coming barely 24 hours after an attempt by a faction of the Edo State chapter of All Progressive Congress (APC) to throw up a consensus candidate to contest the party's governorship ticket against the incumbent governor Godwin Obaseki failed. Party stakeholders insisted that time has come for the governor and the party's national chairman to resolve their differences in readiness for next month's primary. A former political aide to Adams Oshiomhole, Mr. Charles Idahosa, who said it was absurd for Oshiomhole to think that the incumbent governor could be denied re-election for a second term by capitalizing on the crisis that he, Oshiomhole, created. Speaking at the backdrop of a flop political meeting by the Edo State Movement faction of the All Progressive Congress to nominate a consensus candidate, Idahosa said, although Obaseki's re-election was not negotiable, the best Oshiomhole could do right now was to reconcile with the governor, since he lacks the capacity to decide the governor's fate. Meanwhile, maintaining that Oshiomhole's support for the emergence of a consensus candidate from among his four shortlisted aspirants amounted to an exercise in futility. Idahosa condemned the continued effort to run a parallel structure ahead of the party's primary, all in a bid to supplant Obaseki. Idahosa, who said only concerted support for Obaseki will guarantee victory for APC in the forthcoming Edo State gubernatorial poll, even as he called on the four governorship aspirants that took part in the disastrous factional primary to join the incumbent in providing good governance for the people of Edo State. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission has said it will meet on May 7th to, among other things, review the situation in its office nationwide to adopt a clear roadmap and guidelines for the resumption of political activities as preparation for the conduct of Edo and Ondo governorship election heat up. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, who disclosed this yesterday, said the commission will also deliberate on a number of issues, including the preparations for the conduct of Edo and Ondo governorship polls, the upcoming by-elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Plateau State. That is the news reaching us from Edo State. Recall some days ago, the camp of Adams of Oshiomhole, the EMP, have come together trying to nominate a consensus candidate that will challenge Obaseki, but that plan ended in crisis. They were not able to reach an agreement between the four candidates that were chosen or selected by Adams Oshiomhole himself. And now, so many people have come out to advise Adams Oshiomhole that it's so obvious that his camp is in disarray, that he should try and make peace with Godwin Obaseki so that they will know how they will come out with a plan to retain the state. If not, they should be ready to dash the state out to the people, to the People's Democratic Party (PDP). And remember, the primary earlier, according to the earlier timetable released by INEC, the primary was supposed to hold next month, but with the coronavirus pandemic, we don't see any possibility, and that is why I'm sure INEC will be meeting on the 7th, and when they decide on that, we'll keep you updated. You can also be part of this discussion by sharing your thoughts and your opinion with us below at the comment section. Thank you, and keep keeping it fun with our Network.